Hey guys, Portia here, and today I'm going to go ahead and sublimate this design onto a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. Now, I did create this design myself. If you want to know how I did it, the link will be down in the description, and I'll go ahead and pop it up top. And there you'll find a step-by-step tutorial on how to accomplish this design yourself. But I'm not going to just stop at sublimating the tumbler. I want to add a little bit of bling, a little bit of gloss. So I'm going to highlight some areas with glitter, going to add some words in vinyl, and we're going to top it off with a coat of resin to seal it all in. Now, I have done something similar to this in the past. I've done it with a case. So the image is sublimated on. From there, I highlighted some spots with glitter, and I finished it off with a coat of resin. So I was thinking if I did it on a case, it should work on the tumbler just as well. I'm not sure. We are going to find out together. Now, you could be asking yourself, why would you seal off sublimation with a coat of resin? Because doesn't that defeat one of the pros of sublimation? The answer is yes. Yes, it does defeat it. But my response to that is, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right guys, so my tumbler is wrapped in the image. So I put it on super tight and taped it down. And then I followed that up with some parchment paper, and again, super tight, taped it down. So we are going to use my Cricut mug press, and I'm going to go ahead and do 3 overlapping rotations for the bottom, as well as 3 overlapping rotations for the top. Now, because this is a skinny tumbler, I have to do something to compensate for the space in the mug press, and I am going to use this heat resistant mat to compensate for our space. So I'm going to put that in first, and then put our tumbler in like so, all the way down to the bottom, and then we are going to close for the first rotation. All right guys, so last rotation, and let's get this out of here. All right, so you can peel it while still hot. Some people do. I actually have never tried that, and it works for me when I allow it to cool off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let this cool off a little bit, not like cold, but just a little bit, so I can handle it without gloves, and we'll come back and unwrap together. All right, so let's see what we got. Ooh, color transfer went really well. Now, I do also have paper transfer, but that is a-okay because I'm just going to use a little water to wipe that off with a towel. Look at that. All right, so I am loving the look. The colors came out super vibrant, which is what I was looking for. And the black is super black. Now, I am worried about this black up here. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's not as... I don't know. I probably burnt it. How about that? So maybe we're going to end up putting glitter there, which is not where I wanted it to go, but that is a-okay. We will fix our mistakes. But I'm excited, guys. This one should be really pretty. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and prepare to put on our decals and add a little bit of bling in various places. And we will go. Our tumbler is nice and clean, and of course you could totally stop here and this would be an awesome tumbler. Like I said, the colors are so bright. I actually just like it like this. But because my name is Portia, I have to do more. But yeah, you could stop here and it would still look great, especially if you sublimated words as well. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and add on our decal. So I decided I wanted to do the polka dots and kind of highlight those, give them a little bit more personality, and add on a saying, be your own kind of beautiful, which is actually, this is in the original design when I created all of the pattern or whatever. It's in the original design, but except I wanted to use holographic vinyl in the finished look. So let's go ahead and I'm going to nestle the beautiful right here above our lips. Use that as my jump off. And I think that is gorgeous. Now let's go ahead and place our polka dots. Now with this, I'm going to do this a little bit at a time. Just to make sure I get them on straight, because I realized that these may not line up perfectly. I did make the polka dots a little bit bigger than the actual design itself, and that gave me some room to play with it because I didn't want them to be too small. All right, so our vinyl is laid and I am liking this. So at times this vinyl looks white. It looks like to me on camera it's showing up a little bit blue, but I will try to get it in natural daylight once we're all done so we kind of can see the full effect. So what I'm going to do now is move on to the glitter highlights. I want to highlight these 3 lines, the 1, 2, and 3. They will just be in black glitter, and then I'm also going to use some glitter to correct one of my mistakes. I did not cut all of the white off of our pattern here, and in taping it down I completely forgot about that. I had a way to fix that before I taped it down, but I didn't do that. So we are going to use the black glitter to go along this line, and that is going to hide the mistake, and I'm going to finish the bottom off with black glitter as well. So in order to do that, I am just going to use a little bit of Mod Podge, and I have my black glitter, and then I'm also probably going to highlight our lips with a little bit of bling as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So I'm going to start with a really thin brush and a little bit of Mod Podge. I'm going to start in this corner over here, freestyling it. And I am going to pretty much glitter as we go. A little bit of fine glitter. I got my paper down to catch it all. All right, so that little bit is done. And you guys will not have to watch me do all of this, so we are pretty much going to go ahead and fast forward through this section. And we are done. The bottom is all blinged out. We got our lips and our lines, and even back here I got a line. So pretty much all of this was freehand. The great thing about already having a template is you don't have to necessarily make sure that the glitter is filled in completely, because you have that black background just so the glitter can accent it, and that's exactly what we did here. Just put the glitter on as an accent. So this process did not take very long at all, just a little bit of paint. And I did do 2 coats of the glitter down here because the bottom was white and so it didn't fill in so quickly, but because of the black lines here, it filled in really quickly on these areas. So yeah, let's go ahead and set up for our final step, which is going to be a resin coat. I have mixed up about a ½ ounce of the epoxy resin, and I'm using a 1-to-1 ratio. And let's go ahead and get this going. I actually like for it to go in the opposite direction. There we go, towards me. So all I'm going to do is pour it on just a little at a time, and this is going to be our last step. And from here we just are going to allow it to sit overnight. I never put on enough on that first go round. All right, got a nice thick layer going. I think I'm really liking this process. It gives us the opportunity to add a little bit more personality to the sublimation tumbler, but not as much work is done as you would adding on several layers of resin and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and when we come back we will check out the details together. And we are done, and I am loving the finished piece. So we went on ahead and sublimated a busy image onto the tumbler. We added accents with our opal vinyl and the bling with the glitter and the black and the pinkish color. And then we finished it off with a coat of resin. I really like this process because I feel like it marries the best of both worlds. We could have finished this tumbler off with 4 different types of vinyl, and then that would have been one layer, and then we could have come in and added the glitter, would have been another layer, and probably in between that a couple of different layers of resin. Instead we kind of took a shortcut, and I like it. I definitely will be trying this again. I hope you guys try it out yourself, or if you have done this before, give me some tips and tricks because it is my very first one. I was able to get away with just one layer because it came out nice and smooth, which is what I like. So not a bunch of waiting because I can be impatient, but that's one of the reasons I love sublimation, because you sublimate and you're done. But this process allows you to add just a bit more personality to the finished piece. But yeah, guys, this is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, peace.